The Minnesota shooter case is crazy enough, and I have made a couple of videos about this case. Today we're going to analyze the body language of his roommate, but in case you want to get up to speed, this was this guy who, well, took crazy matters into his own hands and shut down several senators of state senators of Minnesota. We already know that Tim Walz's words of hatred triggered so many of this. We already analyzed this. Make sure, if not only to follow me on the Body Language Guy channel, but also follow me on the Power Pundit channel, in which I elaborate on these topics on politics to complement what I do here in terms of body language. But to understand the craziness of this stuff, we have not only this video that I already analyzed here, but also not limited to this.
Jusqu'à présent, même maintenant.
And when I get excited,
Et quand je suis excité,
I want to dance.
je veux danser.
And what Jesus did for me.
C'est que Jésus a fait pour moi.
Jesus is God.
Yeah, baby powder is one hell of a drug. But now, after saying that, also the wife of the alleged shooter was caught with passport, money, guns, and ammo. The manifesto of the shooter has not been released, and they won't release the manifesto for some reason. They are hiding so many things for this, and now there's this interview of the roommate of the guy who apparently has a wife and 5 kids. That's what we know of the suspect. This is the roommate. This is not the suspect, in which, well, he claims that he was not a Democrat. And let's analyze that. Let's go and analyze his body language to see if this is really how he claims to be.
Can you talk about his politics a little bit? I know that you had some discussions. I just wanted to talk about it.
Well, everyone's calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat.
Okay, this big guy is being asked if his friend, his very good friend, there's a very long video and he talks about him, and there's another video I'm going to play so you understand the relationship they have. There's another video, and I need to play this one, in which he is reading some messages from the shooter, and he begins to cry.
I love you guys. I made some choices, and you guys don't know anything about this, but I'm going to be gone for a while. Sorry.
Yeah, Democrat confirmed.
Take your time. Maybe dead shortly. So I just want to let you know that I love you guys both, and I wish it hadn't gone this way. I don't want to say anything more and implicate you in any way, because you guys don't know anything about this. But I love you guys, and I'm sorry for all the trouble this has caused.
Okay, so a bit dramatic, a bit too theatrical for my taste. But again, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and let's say that this was somehow real, and he has feelings for his friend. And this also, I think this is another angle.
Shortly.
Yeah, this is just another angle.
No.
Yeah, you already know, because of this, the kind of relationship they have. So he has been asked if his friend is a Democrat. Everybody wants to know that because he worked for Tim Walz. There are so many references. His wife worked for Tim Walz as well. It can't be a coincidence, right? It cannot be a coincidence. So that's where we began.
Can you talk about his politics a little bit? I know that you had some discussions. I just wanted to talk about it.
Well, everyone's calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat.
I noticed that when he says that everyone's calling him a Democrat, he's not a Democrat. He looks away. He did this. He looks away, all right, away from the camera, and he lowers his voice. It's very hard, at least at this point, to listen to his words, thanks to the person who made these captions, very good captions, and that's the way that we can understand what he says.
Well, everyone's calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. He would be offended if people called him a Democrat. So.
He would be offended if people call him a Democrat. Okay, he is repeating for emphasis, I guess. That laugh was a bit nervous and fake.
He's not a Democrat. He would be offended if people called him a Democrat. So. But he, because of this board thing he was on for Governor Walz.
Because of this board thing he was on for Governor Walz, yeah, he was for the governor.
This board thing he was on for Governor Walz. It wasn't to serve. He was just serving the community. But he.
Okay, he was just serving the community. He had nothing to do with Tim Walz politics, it seems.
But he, I can't believe a political issue would cause him to do such a thing.
Okay, he's acknowledging that there was a political issue behind this, which is coincidentally what Tim Walz said about this, that this was a politically motivated hit. But the politically motivated hit was on a state senator that was the only vote against health care for illegals. So you tell me if after all those words of hatred from Tim Walz, after all those insane remarks over and over again that Democrats must get meaner, that they must fight back against Trump, fight back against the bully, you have this reaction. And this guy, I don't trust this guy. I don't trust the way that he's speaking. I don't trust the way that he is addressing things, the way he laughs after these questions, because this is an actual thing. It's your best friend or a very good friend. You wouldn't be talking like this. You wouldn't understand the severity of the situation. That's why he was sobbing, like in the other clip.
Did he ever bring up the senator or the representative who were targeted?
Like I was saying, no, he never talked about those. I didn't know those people. I didn't recognize their names.
The sound is very bad, but I think he was trying to remember. He was turning his eyes to his left. Maybe he was trying to remember. No, he never mentioned them.
Like I was saying, no, he never talked about those. I didn't know those people.
I didn't know who those people are. I didn't recognize their names. Right, so I guess they should have never mentioned them.
Any politicians he mentioned?
Well, he mentioned Nancy Pelosi. He didn't like Jim Walz.
He mentioned Nancy Pelosi. We don't know in which way he mentioned Nancy Pelosi.
Well, he mentioned Nancy Pelosi. He didn't like Jim Walz.
He didn't like Jim Walz. Who is Jim Walz? Is this guy on something? I don't get it. Why would you get that wrong? And I think that afterwards, when he says Jim Biden,
Jim Walz didn't like Jim Biden. But Tim Walz.
I think that he was joking because of messing up with Tim Walz's name. But again, this is so suspicious. Everything about this is so suspicious that I can't put my finger to it yet. But the way this guy behaves, I don't know. Maybe he's on something. Could be. It's no way of knowing.
Tim Walz didn't like Jim Biden. But
Tim Walz, what would you say about him?
Well, I mean, nothing. It's just normal. Well, I don't like this that Tim Walz did this. I don't like that he did that.
It's extremely vague. Extremely vague about this. It's like they never talk about politics. It would have been easier if he said, no, we never talked about politics, because it seems, for how vague he says all these remarks, that they never talk about politics. But I couldn't believe that such a guy never talk about politics, or maybe he actually never they never talk about politics? Could that be a possibility?
Nancy Pelosi didn't like Jim Walls.
Tim Walsh?
Didn't like Jim Biden.
I
But
mean, Tim Walls, what would you say about him?
well, I mean, nothing. I mean, it's just normal. Well, I don't like this that Tim Walls did this. I don't like that he did that.
Did he mention the protests that were planned for
He
yesterday?
never mentioned the protest.
What did he think of Trump?
Okay, he at first I thought that he was high confident when he never mentioned the protest, but then he did this.
What did he think of Trump?
He never mentioned the protest, but he did this with his mouth. That he doesn't do it at any other point of the interview. He does this with a pay attention here. Pay attention here. You're gonna see it. I'm gonna play it. Slow motion right there. He never mentioned the protest, and then he does that. He comes in real time.
What did he think of Trump?
everything that's happened here and the fact that
Okay, it's just he never mentioned the protest. I would say that he did mention the protest, but maybe in a casual way. That's why he doesn't want to give any more details about that. But I'm pretty sure that he mentioned that, or he heard him mention those protests, the No Kings protest.
What did he
what do
think
you
of
make
Trump?
of everything that's happened here and the fact
Maybe
that
I
you like
mentioned it to him, but I don't
Okay, maybe he mentioned it to him.
think he mentioned anything about it.
What would you?
So they did talk about politics. It was because that is actually politics. The protest.
What would you tell him?
I would tell him to surrender himself so he can be taken alive, because he's like my best friend.
He's like my best
So I
friend.
don't want him to be killed. I don't want him to kill anyone else, you know. So I think if I saw him, I could talk him down.
What? Wait, those captions are off.
He's like my best friend, so I don't want him to be killed.
Oh, it's I don't want him to be killed.
I don't want him to kill anyone else, you know. So I think if I saw him, I could talk him down. But you know, I don't know where he is.
And did he listen to any particular podcasts or TV shows or anything online that concerns you?
Well, you listen to InfoWars.
Okay, but this is the thing that I don't understand. It's like at some point from his behavior, we think that they never talk about politics. But now you're telling me that the guy watched InfoWars. Seriously? He watched InfoWars with Alex Jones?
I kind of said, well, it's like 50% truth. You know, I kind of said, don't take everything what they say for granted. I wasn't a real truthful. I mean, they're on for some things, but some things are way off on.
Did he talk much?
I mean, I have it's like not the hunch, because we know in so many ways that they want to paint this guy as a MAGA or something, or a Trump supporter. I have another thing here, another tip here. Let me see if I can find it, and in which there's like proof that the guy was or is a Democrat, but they want to do anything in their power to make him look. Let me see if I can find it. Should be really quick. I haven't tweeted that much today. And at some point, someone pitched me. I thought I had it in here. There was another reference. I think that the tweet was deleted. The tweet was deleted. This is what we have right now. But this behavior, I don't know. It's Vance Bolter, the shooter. Is the roommate friend inserting something into the investigation? Is he trying to frame Bolter in a way that makes him look like a Trump supporter? Oh, he doesn't like Jim Biden, Jim Walls. He watches InfoWars. I don't know. There's another clip that I haven't shown you that might give us further light into this.
Because he was on call for work, and he'd always say, "Yeah, I need rest for work, so I'm sharp." Because he was extracting eyeballs, so gotta be sharp for that.
I remember him walking out of the house, or hearing him walking out or anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of crazy stuff about this case. That's what I tell you that I've covered in both my Body Language Guy channel and also my Power Pundit channel. I'm going to leave you link. It's like this. Buller smashing a window of this car looking for something inside, and then we're leaving the car there. It's so many things. He using a Walter White mask to do the shootings. So much stuff. And of course, I think the most damning thing is that they don't want to release the manifesto. They say, "Oh no, there's nothing in there. There's no use releasing it because one, there's nothing in there. Two, we haven't been able to comprehend or understand it. So authorities might as well just release the manifesto." They, they don't release it because, well, that must be against their narrative. But make sure to follow me. Big blank in here. Oh my God, what a shame. Make sure to follow me on my Power Pundit channel. I have 2 videos about this case, and any other thing happening about this. Make sure to reach out to me on X about this. But I will keep analyzing or at least trying to review these videos because they're so suspicious in many ways. And speaking of videos, here's one that might give you a better understanding of what's going on with this case. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy. Much love and bliss.